the faster you can like do like from idea to execution.
Yes.
Is like, that's like the most success people find when you can like shrink that. You know what I mean?
1,000,000%. And I would say that's the only thing.
I lost it. Sorry.
All good. I would definitely say that's the only thing that I know for sure about going viral is that I don't know if it's ever been one that I did not think of and immediately do.
Yeah.
Sitting on it for very long, which is so weird to do because comedy is not that way, I feel like. But what translates on front facing for me is always that.
How do you walk and talk? I've never been able to do that one.
I think of it like a FaceTime, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I'm not looking at the camera.
Yeah.
I'm just sort of generally holding it and being like,
right. I gotta do that.
It feels crazy though. I definitely wait until I'm like on a block with no people. I'm not like shameless about it. I'm shameful.
Yeah.
I'm very, very shameful.
Well, to the public eye on the internet, it seems like it doesn't matter whether you're shameful or shameless. Really nice. It's like going viral.
Yeah, I guess that's what matters.
Yeah.
I love it. Isn't it so fun?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, well, welcome Isa Medina to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Comedian, sketch artist. Well, sketch artist.
Artist?
Is that? Yeah.
I draw sketches.
You do caricatures very famously. No, puts out very funny sketches online. Host of I'm Right, You're Wrong podcast. Am I missing? You're an actor?
Yeah, I guess I act as well. I act like I care. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I guess kind of I would love to be a multi-hyphenate, and I think I am. But I don't think that like the industry sees us as multi-hyphenate until we have like an Emmy, Grammy, and Oscar all at the same time.
I think that, and a New York Times bestseller.
Yeah, exactly.
As well. Yes.
People are like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, what does Ali Wong want to do, bitch? Like, I want to do that.
Yeah, exactly. And it is weird to like say it that way because it's just like, what do you want? My other option is, well, I'm just like an artist.
Yeah.
That's
what's
not
annoying
fun.
when people are like, okay, so you want to do it all. It's like, as if I'm not already. What do you mean? I'm literally writing all of my shit, acting in all of my shit, editing all of my shit. So yeah, I want to do this professionally as well.
Yeah. And by the way, like, you're getting paid for it, so you are doing it professionally. You just would like to get paid more. Right.
I always say like I work in marketing right now because I'm doing it professionally for brands.
Exactly. Right. That's perfect.
Yeah, which is what TV is, but like there's a couple steps between the TV and the commercial.
Yes. Have you been in commercials?
I was just in my first.
Congrats.
Thanks.
For what?
I think it will be, when does this come out?
This will be out in like a month.
Okay, amazing. For Samsung. Yeah.
That's a big one. Congrats.
Thanks. For a digital like commercial, and that's why I was in Mexico City. They flew me out, and yeah, I think the first like little sketch episode thing should come out like tomorrow.
That is so exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, how fun. That is huge. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
It was my first time being on like a proper set, and I was like, oh, this is work, but also this rocks and is so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I've only ever been on a real set as like a PA.
Same. Before
as
that.
talent, like feels like.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say it was like very casual because it's like, I don't know if I feel like maybe in LA it's like a bit more formal if you do a commercial, but it was like Mexico City. So it was like, also I speak Spanish. So I was just like hanging out with like everyone.
Right.
So it wasn't like you weren't in your own space. Was the commercial in Spanish? No, it's in English. Yeah. But I felt like cool. Well, yeah. It was funny when people are like, do you need anything? You know, when people are like always like, are you okay? It's like, I feel like people treat actors like they like forgot how to walk.
I know.
And I'm like, I'm good. They're like, you want water? I'm like, I can walk over there.
And like, hey, by the way, like I was you yesterday. Like we're still so close that it's like.
No, yeah. And
I
it's
was
like
on a shoot the other day that I was getting paid like $200 for. We were standing in the street. It's with my friends.
Yeah.
And they were like no, don't pick that up. Your talent. And I was like, stop it.
Yeah, you're like, we're literally friends.
You know I'm just a guy. Like, you know that. Please.
Yeah.
I'm a little scared of that, but it's also kind of like,
yeah. I will say there were times like, because there was like 12-hour days. So towards the end of the day, I was tired. And when people asked me if I wanted anything, I was like, actually, I would love some like Advil.
Yeah.
You know? I'm
dipping
like,
the toe.
Okay. Do you have like medicine?
and sparkling water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ice.
That's me.
Yeah.
I'm going to the UK this week, and I'm already like, I'm trying to really overdose on iced coffee while I'm here because they won't do it for you there, and it makes me so sad every time.
It's so sad. One time I was in Italy, brag, and I asked for an iced coffee, and they gave me a shot of espresso with 1 ice cube. I was like,
and don't piss me off. You know what I mean? Like,
that was a joke. Like,
you have the internet too. You know what American girls are like. Give me a fucking coffee.
I do think they're like standing on business at this point, which, look, I with the way America's going right now, I kind of respect it. I'm like, throw water in our face, I guess.
Yeah, but then after that, hand me an iced coffee that's like very large. You can make fun of me that way. Give me like a fish bowl full of iced coffee. Everyone, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
But I have my coffee.
You know what's big in the UK though?
Tell me.
7-Eleven.
Yes.
And so I feel like 7-Eleven might have iced coffee.
That's actually a good point. I'd never checked in there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check that out.
I
They'll
think you
do,
can
and you know
find-
you have to ask for like, they're like, you mean an iced Americano? And I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking guess.
Whatever.
You hear my dumb accent. Just leave me alone.
Just give me what I need.
I'm excited. I'll be in Scotland. They're very nice.
That's gonna be fun.
I look like all of them too. Sometimes I get lost when I'm
Scottish.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you?
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm like, it's really creepy to be around people, like just people who look like you.
Oh,
I'm not used to that.
Yeah. You didn't have that in Ohio?
No, not really. I grew up in like a pretty diverse place.
Yeah. I will say, actually, we probably had, because I grew up in Northern Virginia.
Yeah.
But a lot of people think it's like super like Southern, but Northern Virginia is like very diverse.
Yeah.
So I grew up a pretty diverse place.
Yeah.
As well.
Where's your family from?
Originally, we're from Columbia,
Lovely.
but moved to Fairfax, Virginia when I was 7.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then
so you grew up there?
Yeah, grew up.
That's really cool.
Just moved like from an apartment to a townhouse to like a single family home, but all in like the same school district.
Yeah.
So it was always like Nova vibes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you go back often
to Virginia?
to Columbia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To Columbia, I go once a year.
Oh, a lot of
probably.
family there?
Yeah.
That's so
I actually just got into like a little texting argument with my aunt because she's trying to plan my grandma's 90th birthday, which is next January.
Uh-huh.
But she's the aunt who has kids who have kids, so she has grandkids.
Yeah.
And her grandchildren are the only like double grandchildren of my grandma. And so now all of our like reunions are planned around those kids.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, I'm trying to plan like grandma's 90th birthday in July. And I was like, well, her birthday's in January.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if that date works for me. Like, I'll try and see if it does. But like, what if we just do like around Christmas? Because then it's like vacation
and her
birthday. Actual birthday. And she was like, it's really hard to plan. And I was like, kind of, as I mentioned earlier, I was in a horrible mood yesterday. I was
Daylight savings got her asses.
Yeah. I was like, you caught me on the wrong day, bitch. Because I said, you're not planning. I was like, you picked a date and you said, let me make it happen. And I was like, that's not planning.
It's not. And it's not about grandma.
No, that's what my mom said.
If it was, it'd be close to her damn birthday.
Yeah, I'm like, you're making it about like the pregnant cousins and the grandchildren rather than about my grandma. And she wants to have it at this like place in like the mountains outside of Bogota, which is like the city. But it's like really mountainous and like has a lot of stairs and isn't really
not 90-year-old friendly.
Exactly. And my mom's like, your grandma doesn't want to like babysit.
Yeah.
Like your grandma wants to go to like a nice dinner near her house and like vibe with all her grandchildren.
Yeah.
Not with her extra 2-step great grandchildren.
Yeah. Like that is nice. Would love to meet them. But like on my birthday, like that.
Yeah. Like
I already have all these.
Yeah, I think it's just like the frustration of calling it like a birthday celebration. It's like, no, you're just doing like a great grandchildren reunion.
Right. Which
is
fine.
fine.
Do that.
But then don't make me, because growing up, my Colombian family, like we only went like once a year in the summers.
Yeah.
And my cousins always made me feel so guilty for like not visiting more. And I was like, I'm literally 12.
Yeah.
like my parents can't afford
my
to
allowance
send
like
me.
Doesn't get me like flight to Colombia money, I think is what you're not understanding.
Yeah, it's like we can't afford to go in Christmas because it's like really
Insane,
expensive.
yeah.
We're not going to go for spring break because it's 5 days. It's like it makes more sense for my parents to send me for a month and a half in the summer
Yeah.
and call that summer camp. you know.
Gorgeous.
And yeah, so it's just, I feel like there's this like animosity between like me and my sister and like the rest of the cousins.
Yeah, because everyone is still in Colombia.
All of them are in Colombia except for 3 other ones who are Colombian or moved to Miami, which is closer to Colombia.
Right.
But also their parents are divorced, so the dad still lives in Colombia and the mom lives in Miami. So they go literally all the time.
Yeah.
And also they're rich. Like they're like
makes that flight a little cheaper.
They're
and
like
to them.
It's so weird having. Do you have like rich family that like you're not like you don't have their money? Like, you know, like it's like
yeah. Oh, I don't have that, but the vibe I'm understanding.
Yeah. So
Crazy.
It's like my cousins are rich on their mom's side of the family.
Yeah.
Not their dad, who's my uncle. Who's my mom's brother.
And they're thinking we're family. We kind of have the same upbringing, and you're like wrong.
Yeah.
You're sort of doing a totally different thing.
Yeah, which is it's cool in the sense that I got access to like spaces growing up that like were really cool and privileged.
You're like rich in law.
Exactly. But also they just like assume that I'm not doing things because I don't want to, and I'm like, no, that's actually I went to public school.
Literally. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Having a family spread out that far too is like, that's a logistical nightmare, and they need to be kind of chiller about that.
No, I know. And it's also like, we've gone to everyone's weddings. Like I've been to weddings in
That's amazing.
Spain, Morocco, Colombia, Mexico, fucking Switzerland.
Wow.
Yeah. Like I always make an effort to go to everyone's wedding. My ass is single. Ain't nobody gonna be coming to my wedding anytime soon. Nobody even wished me a freaking happy birthday.
Oh.
It's okay. Sorry, I'm just like complaining now.
No, that's okay. No, that's wild. I don't have a big family. I have a really small family.
Okay.
My parents kind of like separated off from our family because they're crazy.
Yeah.
But like, I'm very jealous of this. I know that so many people who have a big family are like, oh my God, my aunt's irritating, my this and that.
Yeah,
but I'm like,
yeah.
This sounds kind of fun.
It is fun. I will say we grew up very isolated, like in America.
Yeah.
Like we probably were more similar to your family.
Right.
In that we had like the nuclear family. But yeah, it is nice. Like growing up when we went to Colombia and we did those trips, it was like a lot of like some of my best memories.
Yeah.
Is like with my cousins.
That's so cool. And they live in Bogota?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So
yeah, but then all the adults have like, now that the cousins are all grown up, like everyone started moving different places. Like some moved to Spain, some moved to Mexico, some moved to Spain and then moved back.
Wow.
Yeah.
In and out between Spain, that feels like a huge move.
Yeah, they went because they thought there would be more jobs opportunities, but low key every country's not doing so great.
Yeah, there's sort of nowhere to escape to.
Yeah. It also is that thing where like I feel like if you leave Colombia for like a job opportunity, the opportunity cost is like family support and community.
Yeah.
And so I think my cousin was like, okay, do we want to have like my grandma and my mom and everyone there to help when I have kids?
Right.
Or do I want to make $20,000 more a year?
Yeah. That doesn't really equal out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's really cool. Everyone in my family has just always stayed in Ohio. There is no spread out. And I think that's interesting too, that people are just all over, but some families are just like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
and
that makes you really brave then. I think a lot of people don't realize how hard it is to like leave.
Thank you.
Your family.
It is. It's kind of crazy. And it's crazy to know that other people don't. Like,
yeah.
It's
I
wild.
Ate this. Sometimes when I podcast and drink coffee at the same time, I go and I try to drink the mic.
Oh yeah. Yes. You can do whatever you need to.
And you've been here 6 years.
8.
Wait, 8 in New York and
New
6 in
York.
this apartment.
Correct. Yeah, I love it. It's just like where I want to live. I love this area. You live around here, right? You said you biked. Mm-hmm. It's the best.
It rocks.
I like really don't know where else I'd want to be, but I'm so interested. I went to Syracuse, and so many people are tri-state area. Mm-hmm. So like they got a job, but they stayed at home for a while and like commuted in and started with a lot more money than I did. Because for me, it was like New York or Ohio. There is no stay at home.
Same.
You day after graduation, you're paying rent.
Yeah,
That's
unless I wanted to work in. I always say I wish I like wanted to work in DC or I liked DC because I could have done that.
Yeah.
With my parents in DC, but I never liked DC.
Me either.
So for me, it was either like New York or LA or home. And I was like, no fucking way.
Exactly.
And I went to LA.
Love those guys, but they need to be over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you went to Syracuse.
Yeah.
What'd you study?
Communications.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you're knocking it out of the park.
Thank you so much. I was a journalist. So I was a journalist for a while. Right. And I really feel like I ended up merging them, which is nice.
Yeah.
I love to really interview.
Nice. Yeah.
I can't help it.
I know. Me too. I feel like I that's like me ordering coffee. I'm like, so what do you do for a living? They're like, I work here.
And I'm like, well, I'm an artist, and I'm this conversation is my art.
Yeah, exactly.
That's nobody loves that.
Wait, so I think I was just gonna say about like people who live in tri-state area.
Yeah,
they are lucky.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of people, because they might think like, oh, I'm not rich or whatever, don't recognize the privilege that it is to live like an hour from home.
Yes.
Like no matter what socioeconomic status you are, like the privilege of like always having that like backup plan.
Yes.
Is so nice.
And not such a nuclear backup plan. Like my parents would certainly take me in if I needed it. I'm very lucky in that way. But the life that I've built, I cannot have it. Yeah. If I had to go back to their house. Yeah. Like it would be completely different. And that's.
Yeah. And you'd have to pack up your beautiful apartment.
Thank you.
And all your art.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be a whole thing. And that is pretty cool. And the idea that like having kids is a little bit more accessible, because if your mom wants to babysit, if all this stuff, like, yeah. Yeah. I really want, my sister lives in New York, and I want, if when my parents retire, I want them to move to New York. That'd be like so suburbs. Nice. Yeah. So that they can like help her and then eventually help me. Yeah. If I ever want to have kids, I don't know. Yeah. I know that'd be nice. Do I want to have kids? I don't know. The idea of finding a man that I trust to be a good father and a good partner. You know what? You kind of just put it into words in a way that I've never been able to. Because I've always said, like, yeah, of course I would like kids if, like, the circumstances allowed for them. I will say, I don't know if I would want to birth the kid. Me either. It just, like, takes a toll. Yeah, it seems like a whole thing. Yeah. It seems like an entire thing. Yeah, and it changes you forever. Yeah. Like, your brain chemistry. Yeah. I think that's tough. Also, there's just so many kids in the world who need love, and I'm just like, give me one. Literally. I always say, yes. Yeah. I don't know. I'm like, I'll take like a 3-year-old. That'll be awesome. Yeah. That'll be awesome. You know, when they're just wobbling around. Perfect. I want that. 3 is my favorite age for sure. I was a swim coach for a long time, and I missed that so much. Just it was mostly that age. Yeah. To get like a hug from a 3-year-old, I need it. Yeah. I need somebody to prescribe it to me. Yeah. Wait, I have to show this to you, but I haven't edited it yet. I just shot a sketch this weekend with a DP. My first time using like one of loving that nicer quality camera. Yes. But it's me walking like 4 guys around Brooklyn in a rope, like as if they're toddlers. I'm Isa, and I got into guy walking recently.
Miss Isa, are you my girlfriend or my mom?
Focus, you asked to be line leader.
I changed my mind.
With spring around the corner, day drinking is about to get out of control, and last year, they forgot how to get home.
Where do we get pussy today?
I have to help them get home this year. Batman's at the next bar. Batman, come on, let's go.
I want a gun.
But they're like drunk.
That is amazing. Yeah, yeah. I can't wait to see this.
And they're like wobbling. Yeah.
That's my favorite thing. When I work in a children's facility, and one of my friends who's this like big, burly, deep-voiced guy, he walks through the hallways with them on a rope with the 3-year-olds. That's so everything to me. I know. It's funny because it makes sense that they have signs on the kids that are like no pictures, because it's like my first instinct is always to take a picture of the kids. I want to so bad.
And then I'm like, oh, sorry.
Totally. That was messed up. Yeah. But as a woman, like we get so much more leeway, which I really love. It would be so sad to be like a man in our situation who's, you know, single, no kids, who loves kids. You cannot act on that at all.
No, you can't. Oh, who has such a funny joke about that? There's a comedian. I always forget.
Me too. Who has I like remember the feeling and the vibe of the joke, but I'm like,
I think they're at the Cellar, so I feel like they're fine. They don't need credit. I'm just kidding.
They'll be fine.
But they have a really funny joke about how they're like, I can't like kids as a man because it's creepy. Yeah.
That makes me sad. The patriarchy hurts us all.
Yeah.
Those freaky guys, now you can't like kids.
Yeah. Maybe if you guys stop compartmentalizing,
Say that.
you could be more normal and we would let you have good things.
I just like can't imagine being on the subway and like not being like to a baby. Like I really cannot imagine that.
No, that's so true.
Imagine a little baby's looking at you and you can't even.
And you have to be like,
Yeah. We don't know each other.
yeah, you have to be like, look away, bro. Stop. That would suck.
That would suck so bad.
That's probably why they're sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I don't hold a baby like once a month, I get suicidal. Like,
yeah. I am excited. My sister is getting a dog.
that's huge.
Step one.
Yes. Somebody close to you being responsible for a thing that you just get to love.
Which is so funny to me because growing up, she hated our dog.
Really? Yeah. Were your dog's vibes bad?
No, my dog's vibes were amazing. It's just that she like didn't like walking him.
Oh, totally.
And like
The forced labor.
yeah, and she also was like she didn't like sleeping with him because he took up a lot of the bed. But like if it comes to like who was best friends with the dog, it goes like my mom, me, then my dad, then my sister.
Wow.
But it's funny because now that she's like looking to get a dog, she keeps sending pictures. His name was Flakes. He passed away.
Cute.
Rest in peace.
Flakes,
Yeah.
R.I.P.
But she keeps sending pictures of Flakes being like, look how cute. I'm like, bitch, you literally hated him.
That's so funny.
Stop acting like you were
Hey.
his best friend.
You did not know him like that.
Yeah, you didn't know him. Like, you didn't even cry when he died. I
Yeah.
cried more when he died than, this is like really sad to say, than when my grandma passed away. Not
You knew him
because-
better. He lived with you.
Yeah, my grandma was in another country. I just still assume she's alive.
Yeah.
To me, she's still in Colombia.
It doesn't really change your life that much.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
But I am more, obviously, if I had to compare love, I was more sad about my grandma. Of
Oh,
course.
yes, of course.
Just want to have that on the record. She was a wonderful woman.
Is your sister older than you?
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. So she's like, is this her like settling down? This is her being like,
Yeah, she's engaged.
oh, and now she's getting a
And
baby.
She's getting a dog baby. And they do want kids, obviously. She's just still in grad school. So
yeah.
like she wants to graduate first before they like do the wedding and have the kids and all that.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And so, because it's also funny because weddings are so expensive.
Kind of the most expensive if you think about it.
No, I was helping her do research for like how much different places would cost, blah, blah, blah. Truly, everything's like $100K now.
Yeah.
Bareman.
Yeah.
For like a tacky wedding.
Yeah.
Where we were like, wait, why would we spend $100,000 on a barn
Right.
for like farmhouse,
It's like
which
stripped
was
paint.
popular in like 2015?
Literally. It's shocking.
Yeah.
I like am on wedding TikTok a little bit. My friends get engaged. I know what's up. I like to keep my eye on the industry.
Yeah. Me with Zillow.
Yeah. Literally. I just like to know what's going on over there because one day I'll dip my toe in.
Yeah.
It is fucking crazy. I also have one bride who really wanted a fall wedding. I have one bride. She's my friend.
Yeah.
And this is my friend who's getting married.
Yeah.
She wanted a fall wedding. They got engaged summer of 25. She wanted to get married in fall 26, and they started planning in like September 25.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not enough time.
No.
And then she was like, do you have any idea how expensive flowers are? And I was like, yes.
Wait, she should hit my parents up.
Really? Are they florists?
They own a wholesale flower business.
Wait.
They're helping my best friend from high school with her flowers.
Wait, that's so cool. I really
Yeah.
might, send
Yeah.
their
No, flowers are so expensive.
so expensive.
That's why my parents have a house.
I love that. And they're beautiful, they're important, whatever, all these things. But like it was so funny to me that somebody could be shocked by how expensive weddings are. I'm like, I see it every day and all these girls are talking about it. Men have no clue.
No idea.
My friend was like, did you know that tuxes cost like more than $100?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and also I feel like so it's like, do you want to own a home or do you want to have a wedding kind of
literally.
situation?
And do you want to go on a good honeymoon or do you want to have a wedding also?
Yeah. And then there's also the factor of like the families, where are they from? And what's the middle point of where they meet?
Such a New York problem because everyone's from everywhere.
Yeah.
And every guy I've ever dated, we've had to have like kind of a plan. Like okay, we'll have one wedding in this country, one wedding in that country, or like,
Yeah.
so it's this whole entire thing. Oh my God, everyone has people coming from everywhere.
No, and my sister's fiance's family's from New York, so they're all like, well, doesn't it make more sense for all of us to like be in New York then, because it's like very international, your family's all over the world,
right?
And I'm like, yeah, but what about Virginia? Then your family only has to go 2 hours. My family's still coming from like all over the world.
Yeah.
And then we were like, what about Colombia, because it's literally a quarter of the price.
Yeah.
And they were like, we don't want to go there. I was like, okay,
Fine.
rude.
Would that be what you would want to do?
Yes and no. If I ever imagined myself getting married, which I would love to find a life partner, I just feel like, you know, when like you like visualize things in the future.
Yeah.
I've only ever visualized like my career.
Yeah.
Like my partnership and wedding has always been like a blur.
Yeah.
But in the few moments that I've had like a little bit of clarity, I'm like, winter wedding in the city.
Love that. Love that.
That's the only thing I can kind of fathom.
Yeah.
Is like, okay, we're like, it's snowing and we're in the city. And it's like maybe courthouse or like a small, even though I'm not like very religious, like a small city chapel or something.
Yeah, cute.
Yeah.
I love that. That's kind of similar. I just am like, which is crazy when you spend so much money on your friends' weddings. But really, I am just like, I just want to be here.
Yeah.
I don't have a big family, so there's like not pressure for anyone to come in. Like if it's not in your budget right now, don't come. We'll get dinner the next time you're here. Like I really want it to be like low key.
Yeah.
Brooklyn backyard.
Yeah. I was also looking at like, for my sister, I was looking at like Airbnbs, like
yeah, I've seen
like,
those really
like really nice Airbnbs with like a great backyard, and you can just DIY the whole thing.
The party can stay there. Other people can stay in other Airbnbs. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, how, especially for us as comedians / producers. That's what I told my sister. I was like, I'll produce your wedding.
Yes.
Like I can produce an event like with my eyes closed.
Yes.
You know? So I'm like, I could book things. I could do
easy.
That's it.
Yeah. Yes. I agree. Also, I think if you plan it like a party almost or an event rather than a wedding and do it just a little bit outside, like I think what costs so much money is when you Google wedding venue rather than venue for 100.
Yeah.
Because they know that they can charge you $150,000.
Yeah. Retirement party.
Yay!
Retirement from being single, bitch.
I really like that.
Yeah. People should pitch it that way.
Yes.
Retirement. I like that. I like that too.
You should get everyone gray wigs.
Yeah. That would be really funny.
That's actually a funny like bachelorette theme idea.
Wait, that reminds me, okay, of like a rom-com idea as well,
Yes.
you know, which reminds me of another idea I had the other day. Can I tell you about it?
I would love if you did.
Okay, so I told you I go to this co-working space.
Yes.
And there's a lot of like 24-year-olds at this co-working space. And
that's legal.
And it is. I haven't hooked up with any of them yet.
I hope you do.
I don't know if I want to, but like I am attracted to some of them.
Well,
but
and that's the worst part about 24-year-olds.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're really attractive.
Yeah.
I hate when they do that.
Wait, okay. Side quest of this story time
Totally.
is that I actually got into a fight with one of them yesterday because he said it was, and look, I'm not here to defend men whatsoever, but I was like, oh, how was your weekend? He was like, oh, it was good. I was at this bar in the LES, but like I met this comedian. He was like, do you know him? And I was like, oh, I forgot his name already. But I was like, oh, I don't. And he was like, he was really cool, but I was kind of shocked he was at a bar on the Lower East Side because he's 30 and that's creepy. And I was like, I was like, how is that creepy? He's a 30-year-old adult man. He's allowed to be at a bar where 21 and older people are.
Like what?
And he was like, yeah, but he knows it's the Lower East Side. And so he knows there's going to be 21, 22-year-olds at the bar. I was like, no. I was like, do not put me in a position to defend a man right now.
Right. That's crazy what you're doing to me.
Yeah, but I was like, you're being ageist right now. You're just like assuming he's a creep for being at a bar on the Lower East Side. I was like,
for being in a place, for like existing in space.
yes. And because he'll
probably do something creepy later, but him right now existing in this bar is not creepy.
Exactly. I was like, you can't just assume someone is a creep for like being at a place that they're allowed to be. I was like, don't get me wrong. In an alleyway, following a 22-year-old down the hallway, bad. Or even not leaving a girl alone at the bar after she says, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Also bad.
Totally.
But if he is at like, I'm like, how else do you expect people to like meet? Like, it's like he's at a bar. If he walks up to a girl or a girl walks up to him and they have a nice conversation, like, and they both want to talk to each other, that's literally legal.
Right. You like know that's like
that's literally the law.
Right? Yeah. And if that 30-year-old's my friend and he says this is the love of my life, she's 24, will I say something to him about it? Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Especially when it's a habit.
Yes. Yes. A pattern. We're seeing this.
Yeah, but it's like,
no, that's crazy. Also, acting like the Lower East Side. Acting like 30 is old and the Lower East Side is only for 22-year-olds is crazy.
No, I was so nowhere. I was like arguing with him and like people started like looking our way because I was like, you're being ridiculous.
I can't go to
right
Little Italy, you're telling me? Yeah. Is that what you're literally saying to me?
Yeah. No.
I can't have a bad house red because I'm 30?
No, it was crazy. Also, the funny part is he thought he was being woke because he was like, obviously it's different for women. I was like, you know, I'm 30, right? And he was like, obviously it's different for women. And I was like, that's not helping.
No. And now you're being like,
being like,
you're like mixing together misogyny and sexism in a way that you think you're woke.
Yeah. I literally was like, I can't wait till you turn 30 and like look back on this conversation.
Yes. Good for you. Because like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
24-year-olds can be hot, always stupid.
Write that down.
I look back at some of the things I was saying at that age too, where I'm just like, I don't know about, I would look at a 30-year-old and be like, we're basically the same age.
Yeah.
And the 30-year-old would be like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, whatever, I'm an adult.
Well, if you were a woman and they were a man, I will say you pretty much were like in the same maturity level.
So true.
Yeah.
So true. But
Yeah.
now I am the 30-year-old being like,
yeah.
What the fuck? Because I'll have a 23 or 24-year-old be like, you seriously won't go out on a date with me?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
You're like 13-year-old mentally.
Yeah. Exactly.
I definitely had a higher reading level when I was in middle school than you do right now. We're not doing this.
For sure. Are they attractive? Yeah.
Of course.
Wait, what was the story I was going to
Oh, I'm sorry.
The
yes.
rom-com.
Yes.
So anyway, that was the side quest to this other side story time is that, so again, 24-year-olds at my co-working space, blah, blah, blah. One of them he was born and raised in New York, and that he grew up in a rent-controlled apartment, which is the kind that are like really cheap.
Yes.
And like rarely ever change, and you have to legally pass it down to family.
Yes.
And his parents moved out, so now he has it to himself. 2-bedroom, like kind
the
of
luckiest boy in the world.
in Manhattan. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But because he works in tech now, he like is making good money, and he's like, I want to move out. I want like a nice apartment with a better view. And I'm like, you can't do that. I was like, you'll lose it forever, right? Like he's paying like,
and he just wants to like put it back on the market.
Yeah, which means it will go free market. Like he's the only rent controlled unit left in the building. They've been trying to evict his family for decades. They haven't been able to because they literally can't.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, I'm just like over it. It's cluttered. It has all my parents' stuff. I was like, I will remodel it for you.
Yeah.
And so then I came up with this like rom-com idea where I was like, we get married.
Yes.
You can legally pass it down to me. Then you can move out, but it stays rent controlled, and then we get divorced.
Genius.
Right?
Genius.
And he's like, can we make out? And I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
I'll make out with you for a rent controlled
low
apartment.
asking price. Yeah. Twice. I don't care.
Yeah, I do not care. I just think it is the classic 24-year-old brain to be like, well, it's just so cluttered with my parents' belongings. It's like,
get rid of them.
Okay, get rid of them. You can fully remodel a rent controlled apartment like once it's yours, as long as you like DIY it.
Yeah. That like makes my stomach churn.
I know.
I'm like so upset at the thought of like that stupid young man
getting rid of
generational wealth.
That's what I said. I was like if you get to a point also, by the way, where you can afford it forever, it's like he's paying $1,700 for a 2-bedroom in Manhattan, and it's like that's the price of HOA fees for some buildings.
Right.
So it's like if you have that already grandfathered in, that's like owning an apartment in Manhattan.
Yes.
Which then I'm like, save money, live that apartment forever. If you ever buy property outside the city, and then you just have your apartment in the city. Yeah. I know.
I hope that changed something for him. That's a great rom-com idea though.
Right?
Yes.
Because it's like it hasn't been done yet.
Yes. You
I
could
texted
make it.
yesterday. He was like, do you want to go to a UCB show? I feel like he like is trying to ask me out. I'm like, no, I'm not trying to go to work.
I'm trying to get married so I can have your apartment.
Yeah. I literally text back, send me a video of your apartment.
Literally.
Yeah.
That, like, I'm going to be thinking about that.
I know.
That's the only way to exist in New York is what I've realized. Like, I always wondered how people ended up living here for so long and being able to afford the rising rent.
Yeah.
You just have to, like, find a place and sit there for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And for our people our age, you have to know somebody older who, like,
Yeah.
gives you something, or you move into an apartment.
But the sad part about the rent control is that like do you know Jake Velasquez?
I know of him.
He also lives in a rent controlled apartment, which was his grandpa's. But I learned this from him. It has to come from a family member, and you have to live with that family member for 2 years before they can add you to the lease and then remove themselves from lease. So you both have to live there together.
Wow.
So
or they die and leave it to you.
Yeah. No, they can't die before the 2 years are up. It's fucking crazy.
And then it just goes away if nobody lives with them and they die?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Which is wrong. Like, it should go back to another market person.
Right.
Yeah. It's also funny to me because we mentioned, keeping our eye on the wedding market.
Yeah.
I keep my eye on the Zillow market.
Yes.
And sometimes I just like look at old buildings like in Greenpoint or things like that where I'm like, I wonder if I could like, afford this building.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are on the market for like, not a lot, but some buildings are on the market for like $1.5, $2 million. I can't afford that. But they have like 6 units, but then like no one's buying them because some of them are rent stabilized and they don't think they can like make enough of a profit. But I'm like, if a building has 6 units and 3 of them are rent stabilized and you live in one of them, you still are making a profit, by the way. Like, also just the fact that like you have a business from where you live should be more than enough for a landlord.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. It's so weird that people want it to be their full-time income or whatever, like rather than.
I'm like, if I had $2 million, I would literally do that. I would renovate, maybe I would need 2.5, but I would like renovate the rent stabilized apartments for the tenants so that they could be like content.
Yes.
And then renovate my own, obviously. And then we would all live happily ever after.
This is so me all the time. Like, it's rainbow and sunshines in my head. I'm like, what if we were all nice?
Yeah.
Think about that.
Which my landlord is so nice.
Really?
I got really lucky. Yeah.
That's really nice. Mm-hmm. My landlord is nice, but the guy who is our handyman, who's the one I deal with the most, we have tension. Not good tension. Bad tension.
Oh no.
He yells. He thinks I definitely have mold in this apartment. Perfect. You're breathing it in right now. No, I do my best to get rid of it.
I think I have lead paint that I like have cracked open.
Living in
my
New York
body
is
goes
hell.
numb when I sleep. I'm like something's up, but I'm passing out.
Good night. He just tells me that it's dirt. I go, oh, those are different, and he goes,
have you
this
bought
is
a
dirt.
mold kit?
No, I should. It's just $50, and I want them
you
to
can
do
get
it.
with them for free.
Where?
My new roommate works with the Port Authority, which is like part of the New York government or whatever, but you can request them online. They'll just ship them to you.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to do
Yeah.
that. Thank you. Wow. My New York queen.
You know me.
Wow.
Just using my resources.
There's so many more resources than we know.
Yeah.
And that's the real obstacle.
They'll also send you, I learned about it because she was like, oh, we should order a lead paint kit. Yeah. Although I'm like, pretty sure it's lead paint.
Also, though, you shouldn't have lead paint where you live, but if you don't have a child under 5, it's like not that big of a deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think the main
And like, don't eat the chips, I'd say.
Yeah. The only reason I was concerned is because I had one of those like metal things, that like were blocking the view of the window.
Yes.
And it was painted over, and you couldn't close it and you couldn't open it, so it was like useless for safety.
Yes.
But also blocking the sunlight. So I just removed it and I took it
By
to
yourself?
Yeah.
Nice.
I took it to my parents' house in Virginia, and
Yeah.
it's in their garage. But when I removed it, obviously the paint cracked.
Yeah.
But I cleaned it up, and then I was like, oh fuck, was that lead paint? But then I covered it with tape.
Nice. Did you put it back up?
No. The metal thing is in my parents' garage, but like
That's
the
so
paint
funny. I love that.
was just like 2 big holes on the wall.
Oh, yes. Yes.
of paint
Yes.
where I took it off.
You're fine.
Okay.
I wrote one article about lead paint one time, so I know everything.
Thanks.
Yep. So
Thanks, doctor.
don't even worry. You're good.
Yay.
Do you want to answer some questions?
I would love to.
Amazing. Okay. Well, the themes this week are the spiritual, comedy, self, relationships, and finances.
Love that.
And you get to choose the order.
Oh,
yes. And then I have them on my little iPad. So you choose the order of the questions. The idea is that they're kind of probing. So if you don't want to answer one of them, you can take a punishment from the sea of unrevealed truths.
this is fun.
Thanks.
Okay. I guess let's start with the spiritual.
Amazing. Where do we go when we die?
Oh, that's a great question. It depends on who it is.
Totally. Totally.
And I think when my friends die or have died, or people I know that I like, they go, I don't know, actually. When I was first dealing with like death for the first time, I was like, oh, like they go to heaven or they go to like another place.
Yeah.
For me to then meet them.
Yeah.
But more recently, I really have been feeling like reincarnation is like what happens. Because you know Carly Kane?
Yeah.
She said the funniest thing to me one time. She was
Funny
like, the only thing that prevents me from killing myself is that I would come right back.
I love that.
Yeah, and I was like, wait, that's a really good way to think about
That's
it.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nothing would change. I'd just go through some pain.
Yeah, and she'd be like, and then I'd get put back on this earth. And the other reason I feel like I lately believe in reincarnation is just because like deja vus and also like history keeps repeating itself.
Yeah.
And it's like we're in this like loop.
Yeah.
I really do believe that you need to find like self-actualization before you can then go to like the rest of the universe.
Cool.
So that's kind of where I stand.
Do you think of the rest of the universe as like good heaven type stuff or just like moving on to experience something that isn't this?
I think moving on to experience something that isn't this.
Gotcha.
And that might even be like another planet.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I can't even, when I was a little kid, I couldn't look at the stars like for fun because it would give me a panic attack.
Oh yeah, I mean it's literally stressful.
Yeah, I was like, wait.
There's a lot up there.
Yeah, I was like, those are planets.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't even fathom how small we are.
Yeah, oh my God, yes.
So I just know that there's so much more out there and we're all just kind of floating around.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
I love that.
But I do know in that same sense, since we're all floating around, like our friends' souls or things like that are out there.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I think souls are the thing that like stay the same and maybe improve with different lives.
So do you think you know anyone where you're like, oh, I like have known you before or something like that?
Ooh. No. I don't think I've met anyone from a past life before. But I do.
Do you think you would recognize it if you met them?
I don't think I would recognize if I knew someone from a past life, but I think I could recognize when someone came from a past life. Does that make sense? Like a kid. Like sometimes there are some kids that have like this like mature energy.
Yes.
That you're like, oh, like you were just a grandpa 5 minutes ago.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I think I can identify it. R.E. they were just in another life.
Yeah.
But I've never identified someone from my own. Like, I don't know what my past life was.
Yeah. Do you think that, like, something I think about a lot is, like, I don't know. I agree that somebody's, like, energy and soul is, like, recycled back in. But I don't know if I have a strong feeling about whether it's, like, their soul is in a container and that is put in a different vessel, or if their energy breaks up and gets put into different people or a tree. You know what I mean? Like, particles.
Maybe the energy breaks up.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Sometimes I think of it like that because sometimes, you know, you'll meet somebody. When our friend Jay died, I waited a while to do, like, any drugs or anything because I just didn't want to, like, have a scary, weird, you know, I was just really sad about it for a long time. And the first time I did, I just did a little bit and was like, we went out dancing. I was trying to make it like a good experience. And I went out to Nowadays, and in the backyard, there's this little like twinkly area. Jazz music, fairy lights, quiet. And a guy comes up to me and goes, My name is Jay. Can I have a hug?
That's
Sweet.
crazy.
Crazy.
That's all he said?
Yeah.
So it was like maybe a little bit of his energy.
That's what I felt like. Because I was like, that's a real person. That's not my friend Jay.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like a little bit of the little bit of his energy or whatever recognized me and was like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I feel that. I also think like in the same way that like when people have kids, you have like little pieces of the parents move down. It's like when someone passes away, little pieces of you like pass down.
Yeah. Kind of like that.
Yeah. So like we don't have to have kids.
Exactly.
We can just die.
My mom's so scared of that.
Of not having kids?
Of me not having kids.
Yeah.
And not passing it all down and then not having someone to like take care of me when I die. She's like, so you're just going to be, when I die, just nobody's going to take care of you.
I feel like that is, as a mother, would be my biggest fear as well. I know. But it's okay. We'll adopt.
Exactly.
Like, I'm like, girl, don't worry.
I'm
going to find somebody.
Yeah. Also, I have friends. Like, they'll be there.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Like,
exactly. Like,
also, I don't know if like
I will be
me finding a man is like the best way for me to be taken care of. Having a man and having children.
Yeah.
Sounds like me taking care of them.
100%. Always. I will be the third in like my gay guy best friend's like marriage for sure. Like,
I love that.
They're like not ever gonna have kids. They both work in finance. I'm like, daddy.
Literally. I have a couple of those as well. They're getting married this year and I'm just like, oh, this is my family. Awesome. They'll get a dog or something.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Amazing. You ready for the next one?
Yes.
That was a great answer. Okay. We have 4 left.
Okay. Ooh, let's do finance, which is kind of the opposite of spiritual.
Yeah. How do you feel about your financial situation right now?
Ooh. I feel fine.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
As a comedian / artist?
I always say, and by always I mean the last year, I've said I'm in a funny place because I feel like I'm one of the few like middle class full-time comedians that still exist.
So nice.
And that's because of social media. And then I recently got a roommate, which like helps me like also relax a bit more.
Yeah.
That being said, do I have a Roth IRA? No. Do I have a retirement plan? No. You know, but for being an artist, like I truly feel like I can pay my bills. I'm doing this full time. I can sometimes afford to go on vacation. Like I just have to keep chugging along.
Right.
And I do hope that like one of my projects, or I know, let me manifest it. I know one of my projects will hit. Yeah. You know, in a way that then allows me to feel more like financially comfortable for the future.
Right.
But I just have to stay in the present that I'm financially comfortable today.
Yeah.
Like a couple months ago, I was like trying to do the math on like how much money I have in my bank account, how long it would last me.
Yeah.
And I was like freaking out that it would only last me 6 months. And my mom was like, that's a long time.
It really is.
Like for the fact that you've already been full time for like 3 years, you know,
amazing.
It's like that. And you have more money coming in. So it's not like you're like shit out of luck after.
And you have multiple revenue streams, which is huge.
Yeah.
Most people, if money stops coming in, they're screwed.
Yeah.
You could certainly figure something out in 6 months that doesn't require like somebody to give you $100,000 as a salary.
Exactly.
Which is so cool. And most people do not even have 3 months emergency savings.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I think it's like this thing where I'm fine. I obviously think I'd want more, but I've also have been in a place where I've had more, and that didn't necessarily like it for sure made me happier. Don't get me wrong. Like let me just get that out front.
Literally love spending money.
Loved buying everyone dinner, drinks.
Isn't that the best when you have buy your friends dinner money?
Was the best. Spent it
Miss
all.
It. Yeah. Yep.
But when it comes to like being driven for my career, like I don't think like money is what helps me feel driven. I think if anything right now, the only thing money would help me with is to like reinvest it into my business to be more like efficient.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
So yeah, I guess my answer is fine.
That's awesome. That's huge.
Which I feel very lucky about.
Yeah.
And like I'm trying not to have like, even just saying it out loud, like sometimes I'm a little bit paranoid, but I'm like, trying to not have scarcity mentality.
Yeah.
Scarcity? Sorry, I always say it wrong.
It's spelled scarcity, so.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I totally feel that. That's really cool. That's a super exciting and like encouraging that even exists.
Yeah.
I'm still in day job mode and would really like to get there soon.
You'll be there soon.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
The idea of having the thing that you've worked on for so long as your side gig become the full gig where you can actually focus on making things that you like rather than making an hour in the day to do something for the thing that you actually care about. Like, sounds amazing. And then to know that your bills are paid.
Obviously it's a privilege and I like recognize that. The shift was hard. Like it was like I almost felt initially like I was more effective when I had a job because I was like, oh, I only have so much time in the day that I have to get this done. And now it's like you are your own boss.
Yeah.
But once you get it, then you're like, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think like, also think there was a moment where I felt like embarrassed that like the majority of my income was from social media rather than like touring.
Yeah.
You know, and I think a lot of male comedians think that that's like embarrassing. They're like, why are you doing brand deals? You're like not an influencer. And it's like,
yes,
because I don't get weekends because of my don't tell credit. Right. Because I have a don't tell taping and that's not getting me weekends like it is you. Right. Because I'm not a man.
Yeah.
So yeah, if brands will pay me, I will work with them.
Yeah. And by the way, why are we not, like, if we're going to compare, which I don't think we have to, but since you started.
Yeah.
Brands aren't busting down your door.
Yeah.
Are you just mad that they won't pay you?
Yeah.
It could be that.
Could be that.
Because I get paid from my couch a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And then I also go do stage. Like, I try to reframe it like that as well. Because I run into the same thing where, like, guys will ask me, like, oh, so do you do, like, mainly content now? And I'm like, I'm going to kill you. Yeah. And I know they, like, I don't think they, like, necessarily mean it, like, at the front of their brain to be malicious. But underneath, it's that, like, discounting. And I'm like, I'm just trying to make money same as you. And I have more expensive taste. So, like, you may be okay with your weekend money. But, like, by the way, if I was getting all that, the same money you're making, it wouldn't be enough for me because I like to go on vacation.
Yeah. Well, and also there's this other theory that I have about the internet, which is that now stand-up clips in general aren't doing that well. But I think initially when you were posting stand-up clips as a woman, it's a lot harder to have a positive reaction because if you're doing stand-up, you're inherently saying you think you're funny.
Yep.
And when women do stand-up, men get mad that we're just doing stand-up.
Yes.
Whereas like when I do a sketch, and it usually has the same premise as a bit that I've done on stage, and it goes viral, men are like, haha, this is so funny. Did she even mean to do that? They think they think I was funny by accident. Yeah. And it's like, no, yeah, I wrote that.
Big time. In the craziest way.
Yeah. And so that's why I think sketches do better for women, or like talking head videos do better for women, because men can wrap their head around the fact that we were funny by accident.
Right. That I had a silly girl thought and I just picked up my phone. Yeah. Which is in a sparkly pink case. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Truly.
Exactly.
And do you ever talk to male comedians about this? Because like even the good ones don't fully grasp this, that men do not listen to us. Men do not take us seriously. Men don't, when we're being funny, they think it's on accident.
Yes.
They'll be like, wait, you're actually funny. I know.
Yeah.
It's my job.
Yeah.
I will kill you.
Yeah.
I hate it. And then the fact that they won't even listen when we're telling them, like, no, it's just we have to take a different route. Yeah. I had an argument with guys recently who were like, a good comedian should kill in every room. And I'm like,
don't get me started on that. I replied to a pretty established comedian who tweeted that.
Oh, really?
And I replied to her, because it was a woman who said it too.
Okay.
And I replied to her thread. It wasn't on Twitter, but I was like, I actually think this is like she was like a good comedian. She was like, people who make content like don't understand like what it is to like get up on comedy. Like the reason you had to do all different kinds of rooms is because it helped you find your voice. And I was like, I actually think this is diminishing like minority voices, people of color, and women, because as a white maybe as a white straight woman or as a white man most of the time, like you are speaking to your audience, which inherently allows you to find your voice. But if you're a person of color or a minority or anyone, like you're not finding your voice, you're finding the voice they want you to have.
Yes.
And I was like, this is so closed-minded of you to say.
Wow, that's the best way I've heard anyone say it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, it's like when I first started doing comedy, I was doing the jokes that like I thought other people would think were funny about me.
Yes.
It's like finding your voice. Actually, the internet community helps so much because it plugs straight into people who relate to your demographic.
Yes.
And then you're like, oh my God, people relate to me being me.
Yes.
And
why would that ever be a bad thing that I want to do comedy for the people who get me rather than somehow hit the vein of, you know, middle America white people who I like a lot of those people. I am those people. Like that happens to be in my audience. Yeah. But why would I need to find the majority voice rather than connect with the people? There's so many people in the world. The internet allows us.
I was just about to say that. I was like, the way that if I had 2% of the population, I would be a millionaire.
Yes.
Like, it's like, why are we thinking like that? It's like, you don't need, the world is overpopulated, right?
Yes.
So let's kind of tap into your circle and figure that out.
Yeah. I really don't like that thought. Also, I think that leads to not as good art and comedy when, if you can, not so much kill in every room. I think that there are a lot of comics who can do that.
Yeah.
I think it is so heavily weighted by who you are and who's in the room and who are the majorities in this country and who are the people who go to see comedy. We can't discount that. And that is a skill, but it leads to comedy that is watered down.
Yeah.
Because everyone likes it.
Yeah. I also think it is a skill that even like more niche comics do end up getting with time.
Yes.
It's not a skill you should seek up top. It's a skill that comes with time. So it's like, I think like, sure, there are some like super alternative Brooklyn comics who like started in Brooklyn, stayed in Brooklyn, but now have been doing it for 15 years. They can crush in a Manhattan room.
Totally.
Because they've learned the skill of reading the room, not of the room reading them.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. And I liked what you said too about like, I'm finding the jokes that you want me to tell about me. That's how it ends up being when you are a minority or something that isn't what they think of as a comedian.
Yeah.
You kind of, at the beginning at least, are telling jokes that they would tell about you.
Exactly.
Because that's the way to get to them. I was telling jokes that like were not edifying of myself. I was telling like, I like to tell some like jokes about fat shit, but I was telling jokes where I was the butt of the joke because I knew that's what they wanted. And I was like, wait.
Yeah.
That's lame. You're bullying me? And
yeah,
that's what got me on this stage?
That's crazy. That's how I was too about my Colombian stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, I did drugs. You know,
right.
Like so dumb.
And it's so, when you're able to get the laugh, being true to yourself, being edifying, being like, no, this is actually a beautiful thing I really love about myself. That's way better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the people in the audience feel it too.
Yeah.
And you'll hear that after the shows. They'll be like, it was so nice to hear a woman talking not just about like come because that's what these fucking men on the lineup.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a bad thing to talk. I talk about sex on stage, like whatever. But you know, there's just like, I feel like those things always come from the women too who are doing those jokes. And I'm like, you suck.
Yeah.
You're putting us back, babe.
Yeah. Shout out to that girl.
Pick me comedy. That's awesome. Get into it.
Something else I've noticed about pick me comedy is like, have you ever noticed some of the most famous female comedians always have like younger men opening for them?
Yes. Love that. Yes. I love that.
No,
I think it's cool and good.
Yes.
And I just love because they're like, you know what? I had to claw and fight to get here. And I just feel like 24-year-old white guys don't have enough opportunities. So I think I'm going to bring them on the road.
Yeah. It is. And it's like, sure, those guys are funny.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But the women funny too.
Right. And if you're somebody who realizes that, it's like kind of your job to give them opportunities because other people don't realize that.
Yeah.
I wonder, I mean, I'm sure when somebody's planning a tour, I wonder how much of it is like we need men to come. There has to be a man on the bill.
I wonder that too. But I do think once you get to a certain level, it's like people are there for you. Like, I don't think
that's what I think.
I don't think that Brooklyn comic is like pulling in tickets.
Exactly.
Right.
I don't think anyone literally cares at all. I think if they're coming to see you, you should give them like more of that vein.
Yeah. I feel like it's hard sorry, look at us complaining. Women's History Month.
It was just daylight savings and it's Women's History Month, so
exactly.
it couldn't be more all right.
Literally. But I lost my train of thought. I just think it's what did I think? It's hard. I was thinking, it's like hard.
It's hard though.
That's it. That's all.
And also, it's challenging. Is something I was thinking about.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard and challenging. All of this stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
You ready for another question?
Yes, I am.
What's next? We have self-comedy and relationships left.
Well, I guess we were already talking about comedy, so let's slide right in.
Do you think of your comedy career super strategically, or you kind of like go with the flow? How do you think about it as like an overarching thing?
That's a great question. Okay, so I think it's funny because I definitely think of it strategically, but I execute emotionally.
Ooh.
So I feel I know what I need to do.
Yeah.
But I don't like it.
Yep. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes, I do.
And there are so many things I need to do that are like networky or that don't feel like they're my vibe. Yep. And so I feel like I do really think I have like both types of brains.
That's lucky.
Like the A and B one or whatever. And so I'm constantly in a fight with myself of like, am I the artist or am I the producer?
Yes.
And so I feel like when it comes to thinking, just to like answer the question directly, is like, I do think of it strategically. Do I execute strategically? Not really. And not all the time.
Right.
And I am hard on myself about that. But also I'm like, I've just already accepted that I'm not gonna be, well, considering I'm literally 30, I'm not gonna be a 24-year-old success story.
Right.
I am not an industry darling.
Yes.
I'm just a darling.
Yes. Yes.
You know?
I love that.
I wasn't plucked. And that sucks, but I also started comedy when I was 24.
Right.
You know, so it's not like I could have been plucked.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like, here I go sounding confident in myself.
Love.
But I think I'm smart. I think I'm hardworking. And I think I'm funny. And I think I'm diligent. And so if I just keep doing those things, then I will just keep moving forward.
Yeah.
And so that's what I try to tell myself when I'm like feeling like I'm not being strategic enough.
Yeah. Because
I think for me, it's like longevity in the career is like I'm thinking long term.
Yeah.
I've had moments where I've felt like the rug was pulled from under me, and I never want to feel that way again.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, okay, I'm just focusing on stability.
I love that. I also think as an artist, you don't want to go all the way strategic. That feels empty and lame. Like, having a strategy and then acting emotionally sounds like the way to do it.
Yeah.
I feel like. Because people will know if you're doing stuff that doesn't align with you, that doesn't, you know what I mean? Like I feel like you see that all the time where somebody does get plucked, but it doesn't read because they've started a phase of their career and acting differently. And you're like, that's not.
Yeah.
I can tell you're doing stuff that you wouldn't have done before, whether you got a team or whatever, and you can see them start to act different.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't play.
Yeah. I also think it's like there are some people that are really good at anything they set their mind to, but like I, blessing and a curse, am not good at things I don't enjoy.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing something that I'm not enjoying, it's probably not going to do well.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I have to enjoy it. That's what my teacher said.
Yeah. Well, that's like the career, right? Like, that's kind of cool. I love that comedy is, if you don't like it, it's probably not good.
Yeah.
That's rad. That's how I want to live my life. I don't want to do shit I don't want to do.
Yeah.
That's why I chose, hopefully, a couple of years of it being hard to it being awesome, that I get to make my choices, my schedule. I don't do things I don't really want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah. And I just think like something really cool about seeing my friends succeed is that I also see the other side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that like it never like ends.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
The thing of like wanting more. And I've seen them find balance in their life or focus on finding balance in their life. And I'm like, okay, why not now? Like, why not try and find that balance now?
Yes.
You know,
I think about all the sustainability a lot too, because the business has eaten up and like chewed up, spit out a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's another thing I think being a woman in the business, like, it makes me hopeful about is that we're a little bit closer to softness a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not so much like grind until you kill yourself.
Yeah.
Even if you never make it where you are. So many guy comedians are like, I'm going to do 5 mics a night and I'm just going to hit it.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay.
Yeah. Or the thing.
I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah. Or the other thing I love about comedy is that, and it's not necessarily always the case, but it's like when I was younger, my fear about like getting older was always like that people wouldn't like me for my like looks anymore. And so I was like, that's why I like comedy, because it's like your personality and your brain.
Yes.
And as I get older, I'm like, the cool thing about this industry is that like, yeah, it's going to be ageist.
Yeah.
But there are so many other avenues that we can go in that don't require our faces being on camera and like,
Yes.
you know, like filled with filler or whatever. It's
Yes.
like, I would love to direct. That's why I think the like multi-hyphenate of it all is like longevity.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Setting up a career rather than just a like job, which is, yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Thanks.
Welcome. Okay. 2 left.
All right.
Self and relationships.
Well, I've only ever been in a relationship with myself. Let's do relationships. I
Okay.
guess.
If being bad at dating was an Olympic event, who of your exes would get bronze, silver, and gold?
I feel like I've been talking a lot about dating lately, and it's made me realize I haven't dated that much.
It's kind of nice.
Like, what is an ex?
Oh, I think an ex can...
Be anyone?
My definition of ex is very wide. Right now, I feel like nobody's saying like they're in a relationship.
Okay,
it's like
yeah.
talking stage to then
Right.
date, and I'm like, shut up.
I know.
If we've kissed, basically you're my ex.
Okay, awesome. I have so many exes then.
Yes.
Okay, let's say, well, I talk about this guy on stage a lot, and it's my college ex-boyfriend who I lost my virginity to, who later came out as gay.
Perfect.
And I think he would win the gold.
Yes.
Because even years after we broke up and I went, you know, we stayed like acquaintances, and then I went through a breakup years later with a girl, and I called him and was like, hey, did you ever love me?
Aww.
I'm like confused, like you were gay the whole time. And he was like, he still stands on business of being like, I loved you, and like to me that was real. And I was like, okay, but do you identify as gay or bi now? And he was like, gay. And I was like, I'm confused.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, crushing the gaslighting.
Yeah. This is doing a lot for me. I'm glad you've been on your journey, and I'm feeling awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And he always had gay guy friends and liberal parents, and like the fact that like he had to take my virginity to then later come out,
Yeah.
to me was like really manly and like
Yes.
you know what I mean? I'm like, the fact
So
that you like
true.
are gay but still used a woman to figure yourself out. I was like, that gets the gold.
A leader in the field. Yes.
Yeah.
Love him.
Yeah. So I think him. And then let's see. Other ones are probably just, can I like give myself a medal? Because I'm not very
Yes.
good at it. I think I would get, what's the second? Silver?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm silver award for bad at dating, because I'm like most comedians, I have a fear of intimacy.
Yes.
As soon as someone starts getting close to me, see you later. Goodbye.
Disgusting of you.
Mhm. Also, I am delusional in that I think I can read people really well. And so as soon as something feels off, I end it.
Love.
I'm like, you're not gonna hurt me. Yep. Joke's on you, bitch. This is already over. And they're like, I forgot my charger.
That's so me.
I'm like, I actually don't want to talk to you.
Men kind of like don't get past 3 messages on a dating app with me because I'm like, you've already fucked it.
Yeah.
A man said, hey, boo, to me the other day, and I was like, you'll never see me.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm like, it's over. You think you can hurt me? Good fucking luck, bitch. Good luck.
That's awesome.
So
congrats
I'm
on the
sober.
medal.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then bronze, I would say the guy that I was hooking up with this summer, because he was very honest.
Okay.
About the fact that he was only looking for something casual, and I was as well. Yeah. But then once we started hooking up consistently, I was like, we might as well just date. Right. I was like, why aren't we dating? I was like, we're hanging out all the time.
They hate to hear that question.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, so we're dating. And he's like, I'm gonna murder suicide us.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, well then you're bad at dating.
Right.
Because we're dating.
Yeah.
And so I think he gets the bronze.
Love that.
Yeah.
And he might be able to share that with about 400,000 men in New York.
Yeah.
I love when they do that.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that the worst? And they're like, well, you said you were looking for casual too. And it's like, okay.
That's how it starts.
That's how it starts. But now we're dating. Like, I'm not asking you to date. What I'm telling you is we're dating because that's what dating is.
Yeah. And to his credit, he was like, he was like, yeah, but like, I don't want a girlfriend. And I did understand that in the sense that I was like, okay, it does add more like responsibility. And then that is where the girl's responsibility is to say, okay, then we should stop hooking up.
Right.
And I did. Yeah. And we stopped hooking up. And I actually think that's why he gets the bronze, because it was like ultimately very, what's the word? Not formal, but like it was very
like amicable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was very amicable because I also set a boundary, and this is my advice to women listening to this is like, you do sometimes have to take responsibility to set the boundary.
Oh, isn't that terrible? I hate that. I know.
Sorry, girls. I know you don't want to hear it. I know you want to blame men for everything. And look, I support that.
Yeah.
In theory. But if you don't want to get hurt, then you have to hear them when they say, I am looking for casual.
That has sort of been the journey of my late 20s.
Walk away.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I was talking to my friend the other day, and a couple girls and comedian Cooper Kim, Angel, baby, love him. He was like, so every woman has just dated like an absolute goblin, like a bad man. And I was like, maybe 15 at least.
Yeah.
And he was like, at what point do you, he's like, I know it's International Women's Day, whatever, but like, and I was like, well, the point is like 27 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now I'm bored, by the way, because they're all bad.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's more so at what point do you give up? Because once you start setting boundaries, then it really doesn't get past 3 months.
No. And that's what's really sad.
Yeah.
It's really sad. If you care about yourself and like expect people to treat you properly, you don't get to date.
Yeah. Long term.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. I also think like I find this a big problem for like comedians.
Yeah.
Female comedians. Why is it so easy for male comedians to date?
It's pretty fucking... They hate when we're funny.
They do.
And they hate when we know we're funny. I really do. Yeah. It comes down to that because immediately...
It really does. I don't even have comedian on dating app profiles. I have a writer / podcaster.
That's smart. I go back and forth. Sometimes I have it on because I'm like, well, if it's going to irritate you, don't swipe.
But the problem with that I find with that is it's not the fact that whether it irritates them or not. It's the fact that it like monopolizes the conversation.
Oh, that's so true.
Like I feel like specifically with men, women less so, but like with men, they then want to know about your job more in a way that like they're jealous. Yeah. Like they want to be comedians, and I'm like, I can't do this.
I know.
This is not a get to know me coffee.
I know. Oh, and then they tell you their favorite comedians, and it's dead on arrival. It's like, okay. Yeah. Sounds good. Awesome.
It's like next time I go on a date with like someone who works in consulting, I'm gonna be like, I love Bain.
Yeah. Oh my God. Wait, so tell me about internal IT auditing.
Have you heard of Deloitte? I'm like, I love that. I love what they do with the government.
Wait, the KPMG swag is really cool. Do you listen to their podcast?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, ready for the last one?
Ready.
Yay. All right. What were you like your freshman year of college?
Oh, I was straight.
Love that.
Yes.
Hey, girl.
Yeah, I was honestly like so easygoing
Ooh.
and low-key kind of popular. But not like that's so annoying to say. But only like because I was going to a lot of like the events with guys, like the rush events.
Yeah.
And I wasn't thinking, I was like, okay, nobody knows me here. I'm free.
Yeah.
I'm me. Like socioeconomic status doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where I came from. And so I was like friends with everyone. And then I started feeling the pressure of people who went to private schools.
Yes.
And like sororities.
Where'd you go to college?
I went to UVA.
Nice.
And so I started to go to like rush events with my guy friends just as their like +1.
Yeah.
And then the way that I started to get treated by girls who were in sororities once they found out like I went to public school, or once they found out that like I wasn't an international student, I was just like from Colombia.
Yes.
You know, like it started to make me like second guess myself a lot more. So I feel like my first 6 months in college, I was like so confident and secure. And then I think like the toll of I don't know, like socioeconomic status vibes kind of like started to shift in like the way I presented myself.
Yeah.
And made me insecure, and then made me like try and overcompensate.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I get that. Did you end up rushing, or you just were like friends with some of the guys?
I did. Yeah, I ended up joining a sorority.
Was it amazing?
It was fine.
Yeah.
I wasn't very
Is Greek
involved.
life really big there?
Yeah. If you like wanted to go out, you kind of joined Greek life.
Yeah.
So what I ended up doing was, it was always a spring rush. So like I ended up joining in the spring, which is why I think the first 6 months were amazing, because it was like no one was in a sorority or a fraternity. Everyone was friends with everyone.
Yeah.
And I was like, yay, we're butterflies. And then once everyone joined their like cliques, everything was so like, oh, well, like this tier and that tier and blah, blah, blah. And so then I joined a sorority, and then I lost some girlfriends who joined other sororities.
Weird.
Yeah. And then I became really close with like 5 girls in my sorority, and we all were like not really like vibing with like the sorority thing, but like to hang out with each other.
Yeah.
And I'm still friends to this day with girls from my sorority, and
That's
I like
nice.
love them.
Yeah.
But then my second year, I joined the tour guide organization.
Oh, you.
And then that was my group moving forward.
Yeah, hell yeah. You have tour guide vibe.
Yeah.
I applied, didn't get it. Did not get it. But I was in that, like that was the circle that I was in at Syracuse. There is huge Greek life, and it scared me a lot.
Yeah. I feel like Syracuse and UVA are very similar.
That's what
vibes.
I've heard, yes. And it's a very different vibe than so many of the people we know here.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy to me that not everyone went to like a party school with Greek life.
Yeah.
It was, but I was in the like involved what do they call them, like org. There was like an org group.
That was exactly, I feel like tour guides was under like the people who were like president, treasurer, like all those people, like all of the people who were involved in like clubs.
Yes, like student life.
Yeah. And it's funny because it's like I definitely got into the tour organization. I was like the least accomplished person in there. Like I got in there because of my like
resume.
Yeah, I got in because I sang a song on the ukulele, like
Cute.
about the history of the university or something.
2014 was amazing.
Yes. and then all my friends in the organization were so accomplished.
Yeah.
Like literally, like the people have gone to Harvard, Yale for law school, like Stanford, like president of the university, like lived on the lawn, which only 54 rooms. Like,
wow, this is the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah. Personality hire.
Yes.
Love that.
I've been a personality hire since I was 19.
That's beautiful. That's the life I'm trying to lead. So like I get you.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is what being a comedian is. So I kind of did like get into the field.
Yeah. That's cool. I'm sorry that it was shitty, but like those dynamics always really scared me.
Yeah. And also like I have to take responsibility for the fact that I like played into it too. You know what I mean? Like it's like I was like, oh my God, I have to like I have to start going on nice vacations so I can be like accepted into certain rooms. Or
it is crazy to go to college and see like, because growing up I grew up in just like like such a regular suburb.
Same.
And there was just like a nice suburb down the road. And I was like, those are the rich people.
Yeah.
And then I got to Syracuse, where a bunch of like New York City, Hamptons, rich people go to school. And I'm like,
yes.
I had no idea what wealth was.
No, yeah. And there's also at least at UVA, because it is like technically a Southern school, there's also the Northern rich kids and the Southern rich
I don't
kids.
know shit about the Southern rich kids. That's terrifying.
No, it's crazy. It's like their families are like
slave money.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy too, just and this is completely based on my watching Southern Charm. But like the fact that these rich guys are wearing like pastel shorts
100%.
with like lobsters on them.
Yeah, like I almost bought myself a barber jacket because I thought it was cool.
That can get you.
Yeah. Didn't do it, thank God.
God.
But I did wear a Lily Pulitzer to first year's like
Hell yeah.
Like horse race.
Those are very bright colors that
I borrowed it from a friend, of course.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
But it is weird because for me, like historically when I got to college, I was like, oh, like rich people are people who like went to like Ivy Leagues,
right?
Work in finance.
Yes.
And worked really hard to like make their money. Mm-hmm. And then you get to college and you're like, oh, like where are you from? They're like Kentucky. And I'm like, oh, cool. They must be like humble family. Right. Where'd your parents go to college? Oh, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Richest family in Kentucky.
Totally.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like they created bourbon.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah.
And you're like, oh,
there's a level that I've never seen, and
I didn't
I'm
know
here
that.
Now.
Yeah.
Crazy. And then when maybe it's our naivete as like normal kids, but like it feels like they're hiding it.
Yes.
And it does kind of feel like a betrayal when you find out, because I'm like, I thought you were cool. I thought you were from Kentucky.
Yeah, but also some of them, we think they're hiding it because we don't know the triggers of richness.
Yes.
We think that their boots are just boots.
Yes.
But they're not hiding it. They're wearing $500 boots that we've never seen before.
Right.
But they know is a sign to other rich Southern kids that they're rich.
Yes. I didn't know about a lot of
and
those.
those are the mental games my brain is like always analyzing.
Now that I know them, yeah. Like I didn't know what Canada Goose was. And in Syracuse, that is like the biggest marker because you're in your parka all winter.
Yeah.
And then when I found out and I would see that kids just toss them on the ground at a bar or something, I was like, this is stuff I could not fathom until minutes ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Why do you have Canada a $700 coat?
No, it's crazy because I do think Canada Goose isn't as popular today, but when we were in college, it really was
everything.
Like the rich kids only.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they were so flippant with it.
Yeah.
We would have international kids come with so much money and they'd be whipping an Audi, like SUV completely tricked out, crashing one every couple months.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff where it was
really
crazy to see.
Or they would like, open a bar tab at like the downtown bar and like get drinks for everyone.
Crazy.
Which I'm like, you know what? You should do that part.
You should do that. You're doing great on that.
On that part,
Killing
I love it.
I know they all had their parents' credit cards. I was like, I don't know if I can swing Chipotle tonight, guys. Like, my campus job gives me $50 every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
so
I worked
like
at the library.
Hell yeah, that's a good job.
It was I loved
that.
It. I'm always hacking.
I like that.
I'm a hacker.
You're a hacker.
Yeah.
You're a big hacker.
Yeah.
Hacking away or hacking into like
I'm like a job hack. Like it's like
got it. You're not. It was
like because then also
getting
like,
into governments.
No, yeah. I wish
that'd be cool.
Yeah, if I was, this shit wouldn't be going on. I'll tell you that much.
If I had any power,
if I knew how to hack the government,
would be sewn up.
Be game freaking over.
Yeah,
that's for sure. No, I always like thought it was cool to have like because I worked at the media center at the library, so I could like rent like the video cameras and all that stuff.
That's nice. Mm-hmm. That's really nice. I was the front desk at the computer science engineering department. Just a bunch of like the freakiest old ladies doing my homework. They'd come by, be like a woman whose husband just died, and she's like, "I'm ready to get into dating. Can you help me set up my profile?" I'd be like,
"Hell yeah,
yeah." I'm making like $9 an hour here. Woo. Shit's going awesome.
Yeah, isn't it crazy? The minimum wage used to be so low.
I know,
loco,
literally crazy. In Ohio, I think it's still like $8.
Insane.
Like, not possible.
What can you buy with that? Nada.
Not enough.
Not enough.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that was my bilingual joke for us right
Loved
here.
it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Gracias.
I work with a bunch of people who speak Spanish, and I'm trying so hard all the time. And it's sweet that they will do it with me. But does it get irritating that people like try?
No. I think the only time I've ever felt irritated, because I have a friend from LA, his name's Tommy, and during the pandemic, he went through all of Duolingo.
Oh, wow.
And then he graduated himself to like other random platforms that were free. And then he started paying some woman in like Peru $20 an hour to FaceTime with him.
Wow.
And now he's like really good at Spanish.
That's
and
cool.
I find it really fun to talk in Spanish with him.
Yeah.
I will say I've gone on vacation with friends who didn't speak a lick of Spanish to a Spanish speaking country.
Mm-hmm.
And then being like the translator, that bothered me.
Mm-hmm.
But only because I'm annoying. Like it really wasn't that much work. Like I was just like, again, you guys, and they're like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, we don't speak this language,
yeah.
and you do.
and like it's really easy for you, and it's literally your first language. I'm like, it really was no work at all. I was just annoyed because
so
I'm
funny.
annoying.
I get that.
You know?
I've been on one. Most of my friends that I travel with speak French, and whenever we go anywhere with Spanish, I'm the only one with any sort of knowledge.
Yeah,
and I'm fluent in the way that I could talk to a 7-year-old.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like we're getting into feelings and those things. It's not. But I
bathroom.
Totally. In the yes, I can ask you what your favorite color is for sure.
Yeah,
I can tell you where to. I can give you directions.
Mm-hmm.
But we're working on the rest. And I was getting irritated. I was like, "Oh, you idiots don't know anything." And I'm like, "Izquierda." Like I'm barely like I'm barely doing it, and I was irritated. So
yeah,
I can imagine.
Yeah, so that is kind of me. That's me in a nutshell. Getting annoyed for no reason.
Did you have an accent when you got here?
Yeah, I had, but I was 7. I don't remember it, but like I was in ESL.
Okay.
In elementary school, like they would take me out of class to like have me practice.
Were you speaking only Spanish when you were growing up?
No, we lived in Bolivia right before we moved to the US, and I was going to a private school that was teaching English.
Cool.
So I was just learning English. Yeah. So I loved the idea of English when I would play with dolls in my house. I didn't speak English, but I would be like, I would like make the American sounds.
That's cute.
I would be like, so I think when I got to the US, I was like so excited to try and learn English.
And young enough that it's like, yeah. Oh, that's cool. That is funny. That is what we sound like.
Yeah. But I remember learning the word like trunk. Like, you know, I remember like I just have always been so delusional that I was like, no, I speak perfect English. I would just say words in Spanish in like an American accent. Yeah.
That works most of the time.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We're at about time.
Yay!
Thank you so much for doing this.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Do you want to plug anything particularly?
Well, I have a podcast.
That's right.
And it's called I'm Right, You're Wrong. And you can watch or listen on Spotify, YouTube, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Love.
Yeah.
Amazing. And where can they follow you online?
My Instagram is at Isa Medina, ISAAMEDINAA. So 2 A's on Isa and Medina because the other one was taken.
Because how dare somebody else have that name?
Yeah, exactly.
You're a singular.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.